Go ahead. I guess the recording is on. Yeah, I'm leaving it on for now. So on your call.
Leaving it on.
Mhm.
Leaving it on for now.
So it doesn't mean we have free reign.
We have free reign. Anand's gonna say the N word.
Oh shit. Let's go.
Number.
Hello, and welcome to dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast, where we are the future of gaming, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys, but we're the future of gaming.
Finally.
It took us a while. Gaming almost got good. Thankfully, we fixed that. Just us now. We get to decide what games are getting made. And unfortunately, it's all racing, otome, and fighting games.
The trifecta.
Those are the only three genres allowed to exist anymore. First person, get a shit. Except Doom. Doom's allowed to stay. Doom gets to stay, but no other first-person shooters. No. Oh, and I guess Dark Souls clones. Yeah. Dark Souls clones and Doom are like, they're not the trifecta, but they're allowed to stay.
Yeah, the side quests of the video game market.
Yeah, they're allowed to be indie games, but the big games have to be otome, racing, and fighting games. That's what the industry looks like. That's the PS5 announcement. Actually, we're breaking this story. We're the ones who are leading with this story. PS5 will only have otome, racing, and fighting games, with Doom Remaster and Dark Souls clones coming in like halfway through the console's lifespan. You heard it here first. That's what's going on with the PS5. The new controller, of course, will reflect this. Instead of triangle, square, circle, and X, the triangle is an otome game. The square is a picture of a car. Circle is just guile.
Oh god.
And X is X so that we can keep up the joke about X being different on PlayStation and Xbox. That's how that works, man. Oh boy, there's a lot going on today, huh? None of it relevant to this podcast, but oh boy, shit's going down, fam.
All in the span of like
going...
all in the span of like what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah,
oh my god.
yeah. It's like they know we're recording the podcast, and they know it would be inconvenient for us because we have to put together the news before the thing starts. And before we started recording, we uncovered a great conspiracy. We now understand why Dr. Mahade has done the moves he's done. It's because he's going to evil.
That's right. The big one.
It all makes sense. He doesn't have to fly now. He doesn't have to go to Vegas. He can just secretly compete in evil from his home. Like, he plays Dems fighting herds.
Big
Part of the Pakatan Manifesto was rollback netcode implementation in more fighting games.
Imagine having good netcode for Smash Brothers Melee. An offline game from the 2000s.
Yeah, an offline game. An offline game with good netcode. Yeah, that would be fucking amazing. Anyways, welcome to dia.log. I am Wam. Introducing the rest of the panel, we have Danial.
Hello.
We have Anand.
Ooh.
We have Tohka.
Wang Guam Flam.
And we have Meck.
Hold on, doing a skill check. Fail.
Fail.
Descend further into VTube hell.
Oh
Descend.
no.
You broke your hand.
Oh god, no. Could you imagine how often, like if skill checks actually went that poorly in real life? Just be like, I'm about to cross the street. Skill check. Nope. Isekai.
Yeah. Easy
And then-
level victory.
And then enters the Skyrim intro. So you're finally awake.
Aduh.
I'm surprised there hasn't been an isekai yet that parodies that at the start.
Besides the meme that is Pop Team Epic lah.
But Pop Team Epic doesn't count because you could count. It's easier to count the things Pop Team Epic didn't parody. God, that's a good anime. So, how's quarantine life going for you guys? How was your Raya? Oh yeah, everyone.
I got
Like everyone
fat
did.
and my money's gone, so yeah.
It's not even
That's-
Friday. It's not even Saturday. You already broke. How?
Blame Gaben.
Let's talk about that then, Tohka.
Ah, joke.
Let's
What?
talk about what Gaben did. Did Gaben break MCO and go over to your house for Raya?
Just steals the money from right over his head like that. Yeah. Slunk. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
If you remember last year, I talked about the battle pass thingy, right?
Yep. This time
Yeah.
last year lagi.
This year, he came during second day of Raya. And
Given the plan, he had planned this all along.
Gaben is smart. He checks the calendar, see if it's Raya or not, and then plans for sale. And the funny thing is, it came out at 3 a.m. I was still awake at the time. Saja nak wait in line. And then when we bought it, we ended up crashing the entire Steam server.
Well, selamat Hari Raya to the Valve engineers over there.
I'll be honest, I can't play Dota without having server issues for the past few hours. Like
That sounds like a scrub
yeah.
quote.
Yeah, it's not, but it's not just for Dota. CS pun kena. They were having tournaments, and for some reason the server crashed.
Yeah, because finally all those people who would usually be spending time with their cousins for Raya, like because they weren't allowed to go home for Raya, now they main CS lah.
Yeah,
Main CS, main Dota.
yeah, but the reason why they crashed it is not because of Dota. It's because the things Gaben's giving us for making money. Like we pay him this much of money, he gives us the stuff that we want.
What'd you get?
Which is first of all, I need to find a picture real quick. But basically, he turns a guy into a girl character, which we call personas. And there comes the Rule 34 memes.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's technically Rule 63 because you're turning a character into you're gender bending a character. Also, I'm just imagining Gaben with a telescope looking for the anak bulan to determine the.
And somehow he plans it all along. He waits until the perfect moment. You got your money for the Raya. The next day, this thing comes out.
I mean, surely by now, like companies have realized like that's a thing, right? Like people seem to do a lot more shopping around Raya. Like you'd be stupid not to have sales then.
Yeah, because this year Gaben really loved the Dota community. Like like for example, there was this one character back in 2013. He got copyrighted by Blizzard for copyright usage. They remove it, and then this year they say like you know what? Fuck Blizzard. Let's bring it out anyways as a exclusive item. So there comes Skeleton King back again. What people are calling it.
Totally not Leoric /
Leoric has the club thingy, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has a sword, so it doesn't count.
Oh, no, so yeah, the Warcraft. That's probably the Warcraft one that I don't fucking remember.
It's Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Diablo. And
Oh,
then
okay, yeah.
and then after, they're also making characters into like toys for some reason.
Gotta get that money, man.
Yeah, I mean like I always remember whenever this battle pass comes out, there will always be that one prince of Saudi Arabia. He spends like no, this is true story, by the way. He spends like millions of dollars. Like usually for like 24 levels you have to pay like 50 ringgit. This guy paid for like over 100,000. Do the math. 100,000 plus 50 is basically 500,000.
I mean,
Yeah,
of course the royal family are whales.
but
Not even surprised.
But can they give the Raya to me at least? I'm broke after this.
Can. You know, with that money, I could afford half a Warhammer army.
You know, surprisingly, this money alone does not apply to my gacha. My gacha farm is safe.
Oh.
My wallets are still safe. And then as I don't know why.
Tabung gacha is fine.
No, the problem is once Raya came, all the fucking gacha games and Dota and everything, semua buat sell. And then I was like, what's the use of Raya this year actually? I want to know.
Well, you see, because of Raya, now you can survive the financial hit.
Is it true?
It resets you to neutral instead of negative. If they just had the sale without Raya, you'd be in the negative. But with the Raya stimulus injection, you are now back at neutral.
And then speaking of the battle pass thingies, the other things that usually every year we have this item called the Arcana, I think. They basically gives us a remodeled version of the champion. But usually Gaben only gives us like one. This year they gave us 3, which is a Skeleton King, a Dominatrix for some reason. And then there's how do I say it? The most annoying freaking hero who had her arms and legs cut off.
Darth Vader?
No, almost like Darth Vader, but this is a female character.
Oh,
the picture is there if you want to see it.
Oh, cool.
Nice. It's a bit nice too, to be honest. But again,
all I see is Prince Whale. Hold on, the other picture's loading.
But
listen, man, you gotta watch out for that whale royalty.
Don't worry, because I'm already one of them. Because
Your Majesty.
Yeah.
So hold on, Tohka. Let me get this straight. So for the last 3 internationals at the battle pass ni,
yes,
it's been funded by the Saudi Arabian government lah.
25%. 25% is from the Saudi Arabia royalties. The rest is from the
China.
China, yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of China, they had to remodel one of the items because they say too many bones. We give you.
China doesn't like bones. China does not like bones. That's why the undead in all the World of Warcraft trailers, like, you can never see the skeleton men. They're always like fully clothed. No bones in China.
And also no boobies.
Hersey.
China prefers thighs, man. What can I say?
Oh yeah, they like ties. Yeah.
Chinese people are good. Not being totally, but weird. Anyways, that's about it. But still, every year, maybe but in total, if I were to say waste money on both Gacha and this, you'll be surprised on estimate, because I remember during Azulin's podcast, I told you what amounts I paid per year. Combine this, I think if I would disclose my bank account this time, I would say you can literally buy a PC, a Switch, so basically around 7K. And I could have used that for other things.
7K sounds an appropriate price for a Switch in this current climate.
But yeah, that's about it from Gaben, I guess.
On that Switch note though, like, I have to say this has been the best year for Nintendo, because this year has been such a great advertisement for the Switch. Like, people I know who don't buy consoles are coming up to me being like, I feel like getting a Switch. Like, do you think I should get a Switch? And I'm like, yeah, it's a great console, but don't do it now. Don't do it now when the fucking price is like skyrocketed.
Yeah, I remember I remember my plans of buying a Switch. I told Daniel this at the early of the year. I wanted to save money for a Switch. Gaben fucked me over.
The
not
COVID-19 virus fuck you over, and then baru Gaben just datang and pick up the scraps.
No, virus is number 1, Gacha is number 2, and then Gaben. The Holy Trinity.
It's like an RPG. It's like an MMO. Like, what's this? COVID is the tank, Gacha is the healer, and Gaben is the DPS.
Critical damage.
Luckily, I got mine before the MCO. Just a few days.
Anan made it just in time before the cut-off point.
Like 4 days before.
And it's like, on top of that, Animal Crossing came out at the same time the lockdown started. So it was another free advertisement, because everyone's like, oh, it's the perfect game to play when you're stuck indoors, because it's calming and all that shit. I'm not saying that Nintendo may have started the COVID-19 outbreak. I'm just saying it's awfully convenient. It's how did we get there?
Wherever you are, I'm not going there. So let's raise back in. Tohka, so how much is the damage basically?
Damage right now.
That you can disclose of.
Disclose. Actually, I can just disclose it. I don't mind. Gacha alone with the things, I say 500. And then adding this thing, it's ordered to 1K total in the Dota. Because 100 levels equals to 200, according to currency last. So to get the things I want alone, it's already passing 1K plus.
Is it worth it though?
Yes. If no. For now, yes. But when I grew older, I started to question my decision. Why did I simp for? Oh yeah, speaking of simping. Speaking of simping, I forgot to add one more thing. VTubers. Damn VTubers.
Wait, before we move on to that, I just want to say that was it worth it moment was the most romantic. Like, that was the most romantic reading of that line I've ever heard. And I just want you to live with the fact that you said it about fucking Dota.
My relationship with Gaben is like, how do you say, like abusive relationship.
No, don't worry, Gaben. I'll be better. I'll buy more battles.
It's not you, it's me.
Stop praising them.
Pops. Teruk punya.
Yeah. Just in like one day, Gaben makes like 9 million.
Yeah, and that's just from the Saudi royal family, apparently.
No, that's not from Saudi. Saudi right now is just I think it was 1 million. The rest are from all the brain dead weeaboos that wanted to see a character become a girl. Because apparently anime 2020 is real.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dota players will spend 9 million to see a girl and not like half an hour to take a shower.
Yeah, I take a shower. What do you mean? I took my shower. Damn it! No.
Bila, like last week.
I just took like 2 hours ago. What are you talking about? I am despite that comment. Some of us do have this thing called life, but right now we don't have that life because we do rumah. So
Yeah. A likely story.
Nice
Speaking of,
But
so who do you main in Smash?
My Shiranui. Oh wait, I forgot Sakurai banned her.
Yeah, man, Smash is for good boys and girls.
My ass. Wait,
No,
if you-
she's specifically not in the game. Oh, we should be getting that new Smash character announcement soon, I think.
Oh yeah, because
Next month.
I really like Fate Fury characters.
Yeah, I've been playing Smash. Smash is the only game I've gotten my friends into, because it's a lot more approachable and they don't have to play against me. I've been playing a lot of Terry. He's pretty fun in Smash. I finally managed to pull off a Buster Wolf.
I remember those times.
Are you okay, Buster Wolf? I'm here like cheering like a fucking madman every time that voice clip comes up, and my friends are just like, I don't understand. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's me and Terry will be fine.
It's okay.
It-
At least my money is gonna be safe for now. Oh wait, I forgot summer sales coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
Are you ready for a miracle?
Thankfully, I don't think I have any games that I. Oh shit! I just remembered. Damn it! I forgot there were a couple of games that I wanted.
Yeah,
It's always like that, Al.
But
It's
that's
how it works.
But then again, you know when you're a Dota player, you're conflicted right now because you have two options: either pay for games on Steam or you pay Gaben in Dota. Either way, Gaben's rich.
I like this idea of Yakuza Lord Gaben, Patriarch of the Steam family.
You know, that actually make a good thumbnail picture.
I know that's part of my job now is to just generate quotes that can be turned into thumbnail.
Well, anyways, that's about it from me about Dota. Daniel,
Can I just say, wait, speaking of Steam sales, so I had originally planned to talk about Mechanicus, because Mechanicus came out on Switch 2 weeks ago. I thought like, oh man, I'm gonna get Mechanicus and I'm gonna play it and we're gonna talk about it on the podcast. It's like £35.
Holy shit.
wait. So 35. How much is
Times
currency?
num.
Is 6? Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
times six.
expensive.
Yeah.
On sale in Malaysia, it's 35 ringgit.
Viva la Malaysia. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we won at World War Bots, so
Yay!
good job Malaysia.
Yeah.
We
Yeah!
finally won at World Domination.
Yeah! Did we Lanka Sheraton the entirety of Europe?
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
We did.
We backstab everyone to get
we-
full
yeah.
photo documentation.
And our commander is apa? Hang Tuah. Commander
Nice.
Huntler. Nice.
I feel like
No.
if Malaysia ever tried to conquer the world, we would totally do something pretentious as having a guy named Hang Tuah.
Because it
Hang-
brings us luck.
Hang Tuah kedua.
Yeah, not even Kedua. He'll just be like, I am Hang Tuah, like for this generation. Like, I am the Malay hero that you all need right now. Like, shut up, dude.
At least it's not Mahdi, so
No, he'll be there. He'll be the cyborg advisor.
He's Samuel Hayden.
so what are we getting Mat Sabu as the military leader?
No, man, that's we all the important people will all take all the Laksamana names. No one uses their real name anymore.
To freaking kids exist.
Anyways, speaking of mobsters, Daniel, you played Mafia.
Oh, okay. So so a bit of backstory for this one.
Mhm.
Last week, Sony did an oopsie.
They did oopsie whoopsie. They did
Yeah.
a little fuckawaki.
Yeah.
What they do?
What they did was, they have accidentally maybe have given out a game that I am about to review for the low price of nothing.
Free 99.
Yeah. Out of the goodness of their heart and the security detail at Sony Asia, they gave me for
Mhm.
free.
No strings.
Yeah. No string attached. Because as I played it, I have noticed something pretty bad about it.
What?
It's bad. The remastering
bad?
is bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh no.
What were we
no
saying
good.
about Meck? What were we saying about Meck before?
I would. The main thing about this Mafia announcement is that all three of the Mafia games are getting another comeback. Let's just say that you can now have it as a bundle. They've re-released Mafia 3 and all the DLCs they've included before is now free if you own the game. And Mafia 2, they did the remaster thing, and just like all 2K games, if you own the original, you'll get the remaster for free. But that's only for Mafia 2, that only subscribes to those on PC, because this is a PS3 Xbox 360 game from 10 years ago. So if you're gonna buy it, or if you're gonna play on PS4 and Xbox One, well, pay up. And the cream of the crop, the cherry on top of the collection is actually the Mafia remake.
Yep.
That's the PS2 generation game getting a full-blown remake. Now the thing is, when you look at the press release blurb that who's remastering Mafia 2? Some unknown developer that I haven't really heard of before. So that's not the good sign from the get-go. So it's kind of a given that Mafia 2 is the black sheep of the family in this treatment of definitive editions.
Oof.
Yeah, because like I've played 2 because Mafia 2, by the way, it's by far one of the best
Best story.
in the last generation, because
My brother played 440 hours.
you can finish it in 14 hours. It's that good. Tapi the problem is it is buggy as hell. Like the music doesn't play most of the time. Which I think I put it inside as well. In my review that's coming out after this podcast has released. Another problem is that there is graphical glitches. And not this like Assassin's Creed level of glitches. Like at one scene, like one of the characters' faces was like a creature from Destroy All Aliens.
Destroy all humans.
All humans, salah. Sorry, all humans.
Okay.
It's weird.
Alright, so now here's the big question. Is the graphical glitches and bugs because of the remaster or because it's Mafia 2? You have to remember.
I think it's because of remaster, because Mafia 2 Classic, as they now call on the PC, it's fine. Everything works well.
No, because for the longest life of me, I remember Mafia for two things. One, it has one of the coolest settings and well-told stories ever done in a franchise that's sort of like GTA. And two, that game's janky as heck, even Mafia 3.
Yeah, Mafia 3. Yeah, the junk is still there, juga. But like, I think it's just disappointing now. It's about the glitches and the frame drops on a normal PS3, like PS4. Like, it drops to single digit at one point, which is a big no-no in a game that is open world.
Yeah, no. That's definitely not good, especially for a remaster.
You expect it to be better. Like, there is some good details, like the baju is now like more detailed, but yeah.
Like, legit, I would accept like bare minimum for a remaster is you can give me the exact same game, just fix the frame rate.
Yep.
And
Isn't that
I'm not
what
even
David
that
Cage
picky
did?
about frame rate.
Isn't that what David Cage did for all of his PS3 games? Just better frame rate.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know why.
You can't polish a third.
Yeah.
I don't know why the obsession about like for Mafia 2, the leading headline of the features, because there really isn't that many features. So the one of the big features they are touting out is that this game can play up to 4K resolutions, and how many people can play the game at 4K resolution?
A fraction.
Even on PC, apparently, I just not discover, but I kind of know about this. But someone pointed out again that there is an open Steam survey that shows you all the hardware that people on Steam are running right now, and you can see all the sorts of configurations, including monitor size.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise, almost more than 60% are still running at 1080p. A fraction, like less than 10% are running at 4K monitors.
Yeah lah, like 4K monitor is expensive, even before the quarantine. It's like, I think, for example, like Asus ones, like 3,000 kalau 4K monitor, when you can get a very nice 1080p for like 500 je.
The worst part is like, it's expensive for no reason. It doesn't give any actual benefit.
Yep, exactly.
It's a trend in games industry, apparently. I remember in the PS3 360 generation, all of the games are talking 1080p, full HD, but most of the games are actually running at 720p. And now, like for this end of the generation, like when the announcement of the half-stack consoles, the Pro and the X, everybody goes, now we can run at 4K, when it's actually not really. We are really happy with 1080p, except for Xbox One. Apparently they are stuck at 900p, but well, they are catching up. And now next gen is we're going for 8K. Nobody's gonna play it at 8K on launch. God damn it, no.
8K.
Just stick with 1080p for at least 3 more years. Anyway, that's my rant about this.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, man. Preaching to the choir. I'm just like, I don't care about 8K. Like, I give me 1080. Just give me a good frame rate. Give me good frame rate. That's all I care about.
You know, the other game that I played that has good, actually 1080p, Saints Row the Third.
Oh, what?
It's been a weird remastering week for me. I've been playing just remastered games of my childhood of 2010s.
How old are you that Saints Row the Third is your childhood? Also, 14? I think you should not.
14.
I don't think you should be playing Saints Row if you're a child.
Nah. So on the other side of the spectrum, I think I've read an article by Digital Foundry that said that Saints Row 3 is one of the best remastered of the generation, and I agree because it runs on 60 frames per second.
On PS4.
On that itself is already a technological marvel.
Again, Daniel, on PS4.
On PS4, it runs on 60 frames per second with
Okay.
a bit of hitching because, of course, tapi it runs smooth, butter smooth.
Nice.
And like for the most of the character models, they have update like high res them. So like now you can see like say a character for like Pierce whatever. He has dia punya skin color is not very what is it called, vibrant daripada dulu. So like there is some good effort has been done to make this game better.
I think the craziest part about the remaster is they've overhauled the lighting. Like that,
the lighting
that
is so good
looks
now.
really good, man. I mean, when you put it side by side, Saints Row the Third, the original and the remaster, and I thought Saints Row the Third is like a PS2 game by comparison. It's that good. It skips two generation worth of goodness.
And I have to check. Is it running on the new engine? So
and it reminded me that, oh boy, Saints Row, those old games, those look rough even back then. But so if you took it like out of context, it does feel like kind of weird that they are spending so much time and effort for Saints Row. But then again, this is the Saints Row game that people have fond memories of. You can argue this is peak Saints Row. Of course, they're gonna put more effort.
Was. Plus, now they don't have to make a new Saints Row for a few more years.
Yep. So I think they're using. I'm checking the internets right now. Yeah, they are using a new version of Havoc, which is the engine that
should be just the physics part.
Yeah, the physics. So that's a good idea. That is actually quite good.
But yeah, I recommend if you guys are not sold on the remaster, just check the Digital Foundry video. That looks like night and day, man. That's you could almost say this is one of those faithful remakes, but I don't think so. But the work, the effort is akin to that. This is still Saints Row. It's still batshit crazy, and some of the animations are wonky as heck. But hey, it looks nicer now.
Well, speaking of remaster, at least it doesn't crush your hopes like mine when I was waiting for Warcraft 3. If you remember at the beginning of the year, I was really hyped for Warcraft 3, and then Blizzard kind of gave me the middle finger.
Oh yeah, this year's GM Awards.
Trashfire.
Trashfire. The Trashfire has a welcome spot for Warcraft.
Please do. I would love to see that in the trash can.
That's definitely going to be brought up this year at the awards.
On the flip side though, I've done a preliminary, I forgot the word there, still in the words, preliminary list of games that can be categorized in best remake, remaster. Oh boy, 2020 is a tough crowd. It's gonna be tough to cut those games.
I mean, today alone is already Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered. So, woof.
And then there's next week's Command & Conquer Remastered.
Good luck lah nak pilih nanti.
But
good luck feature us.
But at the same time, the studio that made Command & Conquer is basically the same studio that made Warcraft 3, which is okay, but since it's EA, I just hope they don't F it up. But EA punya support team is like better than Blizzard. To the point where one of the community managers actually DM'd me for one day And then they asked me for feedback, like, what do you think? Can we put mods on this? I was like, whatever. And they made it happen. So if anybody's seeing anything about 8-bit units being modded inside a Steam game, please contact me.
It's better yet, mod all the soldiers into Tohkas.
Oh, speaking of,
But the game is like from 1999, so it's really old.
Do they have the little unit portrait at the bottom of the screen like Warcraft?
Oh
does?
yeah, they do.
Yeah. That's where you put your Tohkas.
If anybody does that, I'll simp for once.
yeah, on that note, they are offering fully fledged mod support. They're even sharing the source code.
Yeah, which is surprising because you don't see any companies share their source code when it comes to games.
Probably just they're kind of like desperate for a player base, I guess.
It's not really
I'm more
outdated.
inclined with they are desperate for goodwill.
Oh yeah, true.
Or
After that whole mobile game fiasco.
please don't imagine.
So I'm not complaining. If they want to get those goodwill with these kinds of gestures, by all means, do it.
Yeah,
I'm not against it.
yeah, but it's gonna be hard to get through with the hardcore RTS fans. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
No, finish your thought. Don't worry.
But yeah, because I played a lot of RTS games, like from the original CNC to StarCraft and everything, even Halo's RTS game. It's basically a wait and see game. Like I really hate EA for that mobile trash game. It's really trash. But again, it's EA. And now we have a new EA, which is Blizzard, because from what I see lately, Blizzard has becoming a new EA with the. Is there anything happening with Call of Duty lately?
No.
I mean,
Besides just the usual shit. Okay, Jay.
it's one of those things where like we started to tune out that news because it's just another.
It's
just
Call
more
of
of a-
Duty. We don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I am gonna look forward to the game, but I learned from that Warcraft 3 experience. It really much traumatized. So
PTSD flashbacks.
like imagine you'll be waiting for a whole year for that game, and when it finally came out, it was shit.
Like, imagine if you are 2 for 2 with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
having
feel like
tempered
we-
expectation is always a good choice to have.
Definitely. Or alternatively, double down. That's what the internet has taught me. Is someone says your game's shit, and the game's actually shit? Nah, man. They just don't get it. They just don't fucking get it. That's what the internet does. You gotta double down on it. Be like, no, I wanted mobile Command and Conquer. It's you guys' fault. You're just making up saying that it's a bad game. No, this is the best Command and Conquer.
Screw the internet.
It reminds me of that BlizzCon announcement. Remember when they announced Diablo for mobile?
Oh yeah.
And then there's that one guy say like, "Is this outdated April Fool's joke?" It's kind of sort of like that feeling. But at least when EA makes a presentation, they don't happen like that.
I
So
mean,
props to them.
again, like I have just tuned out EA so much. So like I can't recall the last EA conference I've seen.
Is it the one where we fall asleep halfway through?
Wait, what?
I think so. Yeah, I think that was the last EA conference. Yeah, well, I went to bed because it was Madden.
Yeah, like we were like, I think it was 2 years ago or last year. I remember.
No,
Like,
it was last year. Last year we were doing our E3 coverage.
yeah. Oh, Madden. Okay, like good night.
Good God. Meck, what have you been up to, man?
To contrast with Daniel's criminal escapades, I guess. Look, I don't play new games the past 2 weeks, so I have to cop out and say, hey, I finally played Disco Elysium.
How's that?
And it's not like I've played it like recently. I've been playing it in the background for a few weeks, but here's some cool things that I did in this detective RPG. So here's my first 30 minutes of the game. 35 minutes is just reading is just character creation. So I'm looking up at all of the character stats, all the skills. So because remember, these are all your party members. They will speak to you. They will question your decisions throughout the game. So I need to pick, okay, so who's the party member that I want to have the most? How about the esprit de corps? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. So that's the spirit of having your cop buddies together. Apparently I put that high. So now that's one of my higher skills. So now I keep on getting flashbacks of my cop friends doing something. And just doing some random stuff. Flashback. Oh, this guy is doing this investigation. Is this important to the story or just flavor text? Probably flavor text. So that Disco Elysium has this cool thing that you can be penalized for meaning or for too much min-maxing your character. Because what I've discovered in the first 30 minutes of the game is that okay, I do not want to play a brawny guy, so I'm putting my physique stats at the lowest it could be, that is 1. So what happened was, the start of the game, I woke up drunken, I need to grab some of my clothes, and then I saw the fan. Mm-hmm. There's an option. Do you want to turn off the fan or you want to turn the lights on? For some reason, I was curious. I turned the lights on, and then I don't know, your inner thoughts screaming about, no, don't do this. This hurts. This is bleeding. And then you have the option to back out or no, pass in the radiation of this light. I doubled down there, and then I took 1 damage. You know what? I have only 1 health point. 5 minutes in the real game, dead. That, and then I stopped playing for 2 weeks. 10 out of 10. Best game.
It's like the Dark Souls of
RPGs.
Look, if I just stop playing Disco Elysium by that, I'm already walk away from this game fine. But then I continue on, and yeah, interesting things happen. So Anna, remember the thing where you say communism happened? So yeah. Okay, here's my story on how that happened. I went into outside of a bookstore. I saw a kid there.
Yeah, the bookstore. I know.
Yeah, the kid is basically like what you say, the person that comes in and hollering, hey, come here, visit us, something like that lah. And she is shivering outside there. So some of the options that you can do is ask her politely about why she's out there, or you can scold her about child labor and you should fight the oppression. If you go inside, you can go talk to the storekeeper. Some of the options you can get is ask about what are the books you are selling, or you can scold her about why are you employing child labor. I want to abolish this. If you keep on doubling down that road, I think it was rhetoric. Rhetoric will come in your mind and say, hey, sounds like someone is fighting for the good fight. Do you want to hear more about communism? Do you want to re-establish communism again?
Yes, we always gotta watch out. Surprise communism.
Of course, I've declined, but then I declined because there is what I went to a certain ideology that I am more affiliate to. Empathy kicks in and say, "Hey, you a sauerkraut. You sauerkraut. You are sitting on the fence so much, huh? Don't want to go to the radical sides, huh? Oh, you too timing, huh?" Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah, I'm coward. I'm going to be the rational. What is it? Moralism. So apparently, I think there's like 4 different ideologies of a cop that you can play as, and you cannot play as a capitalist cop because this is not the game for that. You can go either ultra liberal, communism, moralist, and what's that? Oh yeah, fascist.
Fascist.
And
I mean, some would argue that the fascist cop is the capitalist cop.
depends on how you look at it. I because this game likes to toe in with the ideology, but the great thing is they can talk about these kinds of ideology without too much of a reprimand because the whole world is fictional.
Yes.
So a lot of the things, the setting, the world, the timeline, even the race, even though it does have like similar parallels to the real world, they are basically abstracted. To the point that when I meet this one guy who was actually teaching me race theory,
The big guy.
the big guy, he's teaching me the unholy knowledge that is the advanced race theory, which he basically makes a tier list of all the races. Fortunately, all of the races are like abstract. They have like different names that do not really connect to the races we have here in the real world. So for me, it's a lot of mambo jumbo that you have to discern. So it just flies out of my head. But if somebody is smart enough to change all of those nouns into very, very, what you say, more familiar nouns, oh boy, this is going somewhere. That's all I'm gonna say. I've just to let you know, I did put the advanced race theory into my mind, into the top bracket. I just want to know where this goes. I don't know if I'm going to be racist of this, but I'm just gonna go with this.
You're probably gonna take penalty on, I forgot, something like empathy getting hit. I don't know.
Oh really? Oh shoot! This goes against my bill. This goes against my bill.
You can check the wiki.
No, because I'm still have it now. I can forget it afterwards. It's fine. I'll use a skill point to forget that. But I just want to see where this goes. Oh, speaking of that,
I'm just imagining like the Always Sunny title cards, like Meck starts a race war.
I think that was the implication with that conversation. It was implied, but before that, Disco Elysium is how the text box is designed, inspired by was it Shadowrun and Twitter?
Yes, I read that article. They said that.
You know what? That's actually brilliant now because for the life of me, I tried playing a lot of CRPGs before. I just cannot read the text. It's just hurt. I don't know. I feel tired reading all those flavor texts. But the way they presented is like bite size, or like as if like it's one tweet at a time, and it's all just in one column. Very easy to just skim through. It makes a much more bearable experience for me. And it has one of the most intense conversation bosses that I've encountered. Yo, go sit on the chair. No, I do not want to sit on the chair. No, sit on the chair. The chair is rickety. It doesn't look comfortable. You sit on the chair. You get debuff every skill checks because the chair is rickety and not comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, continue on the conversation. You get damage moral points because this chair hurts you.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's a boss fight and then some. Anyway, I stopped my playthrough because I've gone through another boss fight. Essentially a conversation. But I tried to pull off like I've got all the information I wanted to criminalize these guys, these folks. But then I just want to assert my dominance and did my skill check on authority. And I forgot that I have equipped a clipboard that makes me look like a dunce. So I have penalty to authority, and the skill check failed. And then I had to do something still because you even though it's failed, you will be led into some other fail sequences. It's not just skill check failed, better luck next time. No, you have to go through that decision. So
like
what?
You saw something and then you have to go through the awkward situation where embarrassing stuff.
So you can you can back down still outwardly and suffer some. I don't know if it's a gameplay wise penalty is probably just hurt your dignity, but the other is that you can double down and go places to the wrong places. I tried to grab a gun. I asked my assistant, "Hey, give me your gun." This is when the skill check is failed, and then I tried to point the gun out, but I cannot point the gun. I cannot shoot them. Instead, I tried to back out. The mind said, "No, you cannot back down from this." One of the decisions that I can make is that put the gun into your mouth. Okay. Oh,
no backing out now.
I put it into my mouth just to. The plan was okay. Maybe I can turn it against them. So if they don't cooperate, I will do something silly that they will be too shocked to. They do not want this to happen. No, those guys that are looking. Oh boy, come on, guys. Is it doing it? Is it doing it? Come on. I want to see this until the finish. Oh god damn it. Well, bam. The range cop dies from shooting himself. Disco Elysium's good, man. Really check it out.
That sounds amazing.
I cannot wait for it to release on Switch.
The Summer Game Fest thing is coming soon. It's still ongoing. What I mean is that there's one of the shows that is coming in June. I forgot I think it was called the Guerrilla Collective. I think that show has this developer Zaum going to showcase something. My bet is that they're gonna announce the Switch version.
I mean, I think it's been announced. It's just that it's like it'll come out when it comes out, guys.
Yeah,
Like properly unveiled.
Yeah, so like official. Just yes, it will be. No formal announcement.
Like a release date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of waiting for Switch release dates, you know a game I really want to come out on Switch now? Fucking Maneater.
Ooh.
Sharp PG.
Yeah. Untitled shark game. Look, all we've learned now is that games that let you play as animals that fuck with humans are great. That game looks like so much fucking fun. And I want to play it. But unfortunately, I am stuck with only my Switch. So I implore the devs, please. The Switch version has been announced for a later date. I hope that later date is sooner rather than so that I may be a shark. It's a beautiful day and you are a terrible shark. Can you imagine on PC someone's gonna mod it with you know it's going to happen. Someone's going to do a goose model swap.
Thomas the train.
Oh, that's the best! It's gonna be a train jumping out of the water. That's great. That game looks silly. It looks silly and it looks fun, and that's what I want right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail Disco Elysium talk.
Bit more. Recently
Mhm.
they released an update for Disco Elysium called the Working Class Update. They put
Okay.
the minimum requirement even lower to run this game.
From
So
isn't it from is it like from 4 gigs of RAM to 2 gigs of RAM, man?
like you literally can play with Core to Duo. That's
Yeah,
how
it's
down
basically
they went.
potato PC lah.
Yeah, potato PC.
That sounds amazing.
So
That's
kudos
a
to
really good thing, actually.
Yeah. kudos to Zaong for not making the game even more bloated, but make it even more accessible.
Okay, that Activision make the game accessible to all.
Nah, man, download our 80 gigs of Call of Duty.
It's 200 gigs though.
Oof. God damn, I accidentally lowballed that number. By the way,
Did that one
quick
include the main campaign or just Warzone?
What the fuck, man?
quick update. I was scrolling through my email, and Mechanicus is on sale on PC now.
Warhammer in general.
Yeah. My fucking wishlist notifications just came pouring in. But yeah, so it's like it's £8 now, compared to the 35 on Switch. So oof, that's a thing, and I'll probably pick that up by the end of this podcast. So I had a realization the other day. I was scrolling through Reddit, and one of the many subreddits I follow is the Bionicle subreddit. And I think we've talked about it on this podcast before.
No.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that fan-made Bionicle game on this
No.
podcast?
No.
No, we didn't. Cool. Then that's the official tie-in for why I'm talking about it, and totally not just because I'm feeling nostalgic for Bionicle. Dude, the riders of Bionicle are fucking intense, man. Considering it's like a fucking Lego, it's a Lego toy series. They
That's
got
why it was successful. That's why.
Okay, so for context, right? 10 years into Bionicle, around 10 years into Bionicle's lifespan, there was this huge plot twist in the series. And the plot twist was the world that most of the shit was happening in takes place inside of a giant robot. It's like the first island that the story starts on is actually like on top of a giant robot that crashed or whatever. And the overall arc for fucking Bionicle story was that what they thought was saving their god was actually reactivating this robot. So at first thought you think like, they probably came up with that like maybe a year in advance. The thread that I found on Reddit is an interview with like the original creators of Bionicle where they talk about how they planned that twist 10 years in advance. There's like fucking concept art for that twist from 1999. Bionicle started in 2001, by the way, for those of you not aware. And there was a browser-based RPG that they made.
Matanui online game.
Hell yeah, that game is fucking amazing. That's a great atmosphere piece of game, despite the fact you don't actually do all that much in the game. But there are plot threads in that game that allude to that twist. Like, remember, this is like 10 years before the twist actually happens. Where they talk about how a bunch of the villagers dug underground and found like a layer that's too hard for them to penetrate, aka they reached the robot part of the island. It's so fucking good. There's there's also like these Geiger-esque enemies called the Bohrok, which are, it's still in my opinion the best Bionicle sets, by the way. They're like these weird bug things that roll into balls, and they like one of the huge twists that came is that the Bohrok are actually kind of the good guys. They're not good guys, but they're not evil. And again, there's allusions to that in the early Bionicle story. And I just think like, god damn, that's really, really cool that they put so much work into a Lego series. And I really
The whole fact that
What?
the name really means what it means, Bionic Chronicles, and the whole illusion that even though they are robot creatures, but they are actually living creatures, and the whole metaphor that the Toa comes from a capsule shape. You know what comes in a capsule shape? Antibodies, pills to help you feel good.
I didn't even put that together.
No, the whole thing is like a whole biology thing. If you look at the map, Mata Nui is the head, and then the whole other islands shapes into different parts of the body. It goes from there.
I remember that because like before, in the months leading up to the plot twist, like everyone was slowly figuring it out, where they were like, this all takes place in a giant robot, doesn't it? And because the head writer, he was active on the main Bionicle forum, and so he was always just like dancing around it. He's like, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Like I get this question like so much. I don't want to talk about it. And then one day they're like, hey, I've released a map of what the world is like, and everyone's like, dude, this map is in the shape of a person. And he's like, I don't know. And yes, apparently in the interview with Christian Faber, the original creator of Bionicle, he talked about how that twist, the Mata Nui being a giant robot, he talked about how that was like their best kept secret. Like they would never talk about it in public. They had code named it and everything. Like I can't even remember what the code name for it was, but I think that's really cool how they kept to that twist for like 10 years and it paid off so well. Because, yeah. God, I didn't even think about the capsule thing though. That's really genius, Meck.
I just read the forums. I'm just like you.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, Bionicle's fucking cool, man. I miss it. If with all this nostalgia milking that's going around, if Lego was just like, yeah, we're just gonna re-release the original Bionicle sets, I'd be in on that. Don't give them like updated like box art or anything. Make it that same gray plastic with the Lego Technic font. I'm in. I'm fucking in. And then some fans made a game. And it looks really good. It's free on PC, and I can't wait to play it when I get back.
Of course, they've made it a Dark Souls-like game with open world mechanics. Of course, makes sense.
Is it really a Dark Souls-like game? I thought it's just because it has a dodge button.
It tries to be like a Dark Souls game, but I don't think they managed to do so outside of the aesthetic of Takoro. Takoro looks like Dark Souls 3's opening thing because everything's on fire. Embers, dust, smoke.
Yeah, because from what I've seen, it does look more like Zelda-y, kind of like it's an adventure game. That's what it looks like. It looks like combat isn't as important, but the adventure aspect is.
Yeah, all the mask abilities are there, so it is as expected.
Yep. and multiplayer for some reason. Is that in the current build of the game? I don't know. Or is it just one of those like weird promises that you know is gonna get scrapped?
Of course, it's gonna be all those weird promises. But what they are showing is actually quite good. At least the assets wise, they nailed it. The sound, I don't know if they ripped it out from all those shots, because they were very specific sounds of those. They've nailed that too.
Yeah, they probably did. Because there's also speaking of the MNOG, by the way, the Mata Nui online game. There's an archive somewhere where you can download it.
Yep, the Czech Bio project. It's still there.
Yeah.
I think Mata Nui online game 2 is also there.
Oh yeah, that game is so fucking complex. Like compared to MNOG 1, MNOG 2 is just like MNOG 2 is intense. I remember spending so much time just being stuck in Gakoro.
I don't think I
Like
left
before
Gakoro.
you're even
I never got to the match.
Yeah, you just like there's so much content in those games. Like Bionicle should not have existed. Is the point of this rant. So much work went into like what was, essentially just a franchise to sell toys. And it's also proof that kids are receptible to intense lore dumps. You just have to make the lore dump good.
Yeah, forget about Naruto, man. My childhood lore dump is Bionicle. So when I look at Naruto and just like, come on.
I still remember, man. Fucking BionicleStory.com. Every Monday and Thursday, they would add new short stories to the site.
I actually learned to read the alphabet.
The language?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn! You're more dedicated than me. I
Because
tried to, but I couldn't.
it's littered everywhere in the game. I have to learn it.
It's true. It's true.
And then I start spreading secret runes around the school. Nobody knows. It's there.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
People doing graffiti at that time. No, I'm just scribbling circles. Alien circles. Nobody even understands, because screw me, I guess.
Dude, the like expanded lore for Bionicle goes places. There's an eldritch horror in Bionicle. Like full on Cthulhu eldritch horror called Trencrom. And he's like a placenta for the giant robot. And I'm using this as I'm paraphrasing the head writer. But yeah, the phrase like X character went mad from simply looking at him was uttered in the short story. Like that's fucking messed up, dude. But anyways, that's my trip down Bionicle Lane. Please bring back Bionicle Lego.
Again.
I mean, okay, to be fair, like I don't think I'd actually like it if they brought it back, but I just like some acknowledgement from Lego. Like, hey, this, you guys remember Bionicle? Bionicle was cool. That one reference we got in the Lego movie was pretty good though. Like it's literally just a photo of the promotional art for Bionicle. And even that, dude, the promotional videos and shit were so fucking good. They had that whole dark fantasy feel to them. Yeah, it's like ominous chanting and shit. It was so fucking good.
And
anyways,
this is all from buying that stupid Coco Crunch. God damn it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that!
We all went this road because of freaking Coco Crunch.
Yeah!
That CD! That corrupted
there.
CD!
Fuck, I can remember that Coco Crunch back in the days.
That freaking Coco Crunch CD got us into this hole.
Oh man. But yeah, man, that's Bionicle. Guess we're moving on to the news then. If you would like to sponsor this podcast, this is where your ad could go. Instead, we're just gonna whine about not having anyone sponsoring this podcast. Buy
But no Raid
Outsiders
Shadow
is
Legends.
what I'm saying.
No Raid Shadow Legends. That's the rule.
Not you. Have you heard about those rate numbers? Fuck it, I'll sell out for those numbers. Think of how much more how much more money Tohka could give Gaben if we had Raid Shadow Legends.
My opinions are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, but okay.
But they could be. They could be. For a mere half of what you pay the other YouTubers, we'd gladly shill Raid Shadow Legends. Every week in my column, you'll say, I played more Raid Shadow Legends this week. Did you know there's all kinds of cool heroes in Raid Shadow Legends? One of the most ambitious RPGs on mobile.
And that's why we don't get the money. We're already doing it for free, god damn it.
No, because they didn't pay. I take all of that back. It's shit. Raid Shadow Legends is shit. Buy my endorsement.
For only $9.99, you can change my opinion about Raid Shadow Legends. Links in the description.
Aim higher,
not
man.
$9.99. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just half of what you pay the other YouTubers. It's like, well, you don't even have to spend as much. But we'll still take that cut. Anyways, news. We have a racing game with jet skis and waifus.
Remember that conversation we have about Dead or Alive and jet ski racing? Remember that freaking conversation, guys? Remember? Again, dia.log. Remember, our words have powers, and lo and behold, we have both Kandakawa jet girls. Taking all the boxes we wanted before, huh? You what? You want what? Jet skis? Sure. Shooting? Sure. Pair of waifus on boats? Sure. Take it away. Also, Sentran Kagura collab. Because of course it is.
Oh my god.
Wait, I seen this anime. It was very NSFW, but okay.
Yeah.
When this comes out on, like, Daniel, we have to stream this game. We have to fucking stream this game.
How many
PS4. We should buy for PS4 and then we just
PS4 and PC. This summer, baby.
Can we get a review code for this game so we can stream it?
We need one.
Like, yo, we really care about this. But yeah, listen, man, that's part of the triad. It's technically part racing game because, you know, sports vehicle and technically otome game.
The perfect beat into waifus and weeaboos.
Yeah. So, we have just come out of Puasa, right?
Yeah.
We have the demons are free again after the end of Ramadan.
Not us though.
What? Not us, no. But now that they're free, what better time to start a demon harem? That's right, we're talking about Helltaker. So it's this free game that came out of nowhere. Free puzzle game that has the best, like, thesis statement ever. This fucking main character, who is pretty hot, by the way. Point out, he looks kind of like Iron Tager played by Josh Brolin.
Wait, Josh?
Literally,
yeah.
menerima wahyu in the middle of the night, telling him to start a demon girl harem. So he goes to hell to start a demon girl harem. It's never explained how he does it. He just does. And it's literally just a puzzle game where you have X number of moves to get to the end of the level. And at the end of the level, you now have to woo the girls with like dialogue choices. It's fucking good, man. The art style is great. I love that I've seen a screenshot. I don't know where in the game this is, but it's like a note from the developer that talks about how like there's too many games about hot demon boys. Where's the one about hot demon girls in suits?
I think that's the secret ending.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, fuck.
Ah,
But yeah,
whatever.
no, I relate to that on a spiritual level, man. The hot demon girls in suits. The perfect game to play after Ramadan.
That explains the relevancy of my game in my Steam account, because I played 40 hours on Honeypot, and this is basically the same.
This is basically the same.
No, Honeypop has more fail states than this.
Because that's a match 3 game, and this is a little rhythm puzzle game.
Yeah, it's really fast too. It's like I watched a whole playthrough of it in like 20 minutes. So yeah, Helltaker looks really good. Lucifer is really, really hot. Naturally. Fan art Twitter has exploded.
Oh boy, how many people are booking the ticket to hell now? God damn it.
Thousands lah.
Oh boy. Oh, go to hell. Sure. Oh my god.
Gladly.
I mean, at this point, anything looks okay right now, to be honest.
So yeah, I fucking love it too because at the end of the game you make fucking pancakes for all the girls.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay then. Looks like I'm getting pancakes after this.
And one of the characters, Modeus, she's the lustful demon, and she discovers the lewdest act of all, romance.
Oh.
Is it hand-holding?
Yeah, literally,
Yes.
that's the whole meme. Is just that she considers hand holding to be lewd.
Unprotected hand-holding.
God damn.
Thing of 2020. What protected?
Astaghfirullahalazim. Hand holding.
Haram.
Anyways,
Push the heathens.
on from a good game to a questionable game. We have a new Fast and Furious game.
Alright. I can see where this is going.
It is
Daniel.
like a roller coaster though. Like hell taken at atas and now we're going down the very bad descent.
So tell me about this Fast and Furious.
Long story short, it either can be inside the most surprising game atau the Trash Fire Award, or both at the same time. Depends. Depends on the mood nanti.
What, you are going to say this is surprisingly bad? Whoa! I don't know how you see it like that. Look, I don't follow Fast and Furious but now, but is that the quality of voice acting that these Hollywood actors?
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes, it
they
is.
are doing a good job. A good job of not making me want to buy this.
Kind of like, you know, like in one of the scenes, like Dominic's like doing a one-liner. Yep, that is basically the movie. Families are important to me.
It's about family.
And they keep saying about one last ride. It's fucker, it's been 10 movies already. Where you gonna
That's right. 10 more less rights.
and then Han comes back like, dude, let me die in peace already. Spoiler alert, Han lives because the movie makers are too dumb.
Nano machines, son.
No, imagine that. I imagine him becoming a DLC. That's why they are delaying the game. They're making a Han DLC so that they can sell more.
What does they include? Tokyo Drift song?
Oh, they gotta sell the Toyota.
They have to sell the
Toyota is
Toyota.
DLC.
Like, okay, from what I've seen in the gameplay itself, it's, your generic PS2 era for the gameplay. And I am down with that.
As long as you know what you're getting into, go ahead, buddy. I'm not going there.
Yeah,
I'm
That's what I
practicing
said.
proper social distancing within this topic.
So I said it can go into two categories at the same time. Woo.
From what I'm seeing from the trailer, I'm most likely gonna go to the trash part of the game.
Schrodinger's crossroads. You can be it can be good or it can be bad. For now, unless you take the turn, you won't know.
Speaking of Schrodinger's, I was looking
Destiny's
around.
crossroads.
Speaking of Schrodinger, I actually found this meme from Reddit way before we started the podcast. There was a what the fuck do you call it?
Veterina.
Veterinary clinic. Yeah.
Veterinary.
Yeah, clinic. It was called Schrodinger's. So if you want to send your car, send it to there. But
Why would you send your car to a vet?
it's like putting. It's like putting a cat inside a car engine. It'll be powered by meows.
We have gone off the rails here.
Yep.
Trackmania is going to be free. Kind of.
It has a dumbass subscription model. Yay, Ubisoft. I was expecting how you fuck this all up.
How does this stack up to the culling? Because last episode we talked about the culling's business model.
You can play it for free, but with a catch. You are not getting. It's not pay each time. You're getting more features if you pay the yearly subscription. The good thing is the yearly subscription. There's two tiers. The normal tier is like 35 ringgit a year, which doesn't sound that bad, but I don't think on principle it's still iffy. But if you are the sort of the esports person that wants to compete in the biggest leagues and championships, oh boy, cough it up, 200 ringgit to, how many is it?
Yeah, it's 209
205
for 3 years and 105 for a year.
Yeah, 100 a year, because they are, the way they are framing it is like you are paying for a club license or something. So they are running a regulated league. So if you want to compete at the highest level, you gotta pay up, man. If not, you go to the free pool over there, the kiddie pool over there. You have fun in there, in your small corner. Because this is the big boys pool.
When I read the standard access one, that sounded not too bad. But now that I'm reading what the club access is, god damn, this is a fucking con job.
Official organizer. Race room dekat Steam, you can just enter any official competition for free. But this is bullshit lah.
I have
Ubisoft.
never. This is the most egregious I have seen of a developer milking their most hardcore and loyal fan base.
It's not just that. It's apparently skin customization is locked behind club access as well.
I'm not too hard on that because the original game does not even have skin customization, so whatever.
Yeah, but it's one of those where like the people who like your game are going to be the people who customize skins. Like I feel like that should be a standard tier ability.
What I would like to see if the modding can still continue, because nobody pays for skins in Trackmania. They mod their skins. They put Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic R models instead of cars in Trackmania. Because that's the kind of game this is.
Ubisoft. You're wondering when you will fuck it up?
Yeah,
when have they not fucked
this.
it up? Ubisoft has like fallen off a garbage hill.
Since when? That's the question. Since AC they announced the new AC announced?
I feel like they've been on a downward spiral way longer than that. It's just they've recently picked up speed. With the Valhalla news.
It's weird about Ubisoft is the way. Here's the weird thing about Ubisoft. They always fumble at their first step. Fumble really hard like this. But then, in like 5 or 6 years' time, everybody can say, oh, game's good. They have updated it. Okay. I was there at 2014 being very mad with what they turned Rainbow Six into. Now everyone can say, oh, Siege is actually good. It's a good game. People play it. It is a good, very competitive and good multiplayer. They support it well. The updates sometimes are fucking wacky, but they turn it around still. Which is really weird to see because they are playing the long game. But every time they start to make their first move, every time there must be a fumble. There must be a bad story around it. I don't know why. But they will turn
Isn't
it
the
around.
pricing for Rainbow Six still fucked?
Is it
Like
a zombie
about-
mode Rainbow Six coming, like quality or something like that?
Oh, that one's
They can
delayed.
fuck that up.
That one's delayed. But of course, yeah, expectedly so. But they will, for some reason, they will turn it around.
I figured out when we started the downward spiral. It's when they got that new logo.
You mean the
poop
2D
logo.
3D logo?
Yeah. This orthographic poop. Tell me that's not what it looks like. Top view of a third. Oh man. Wait, before we move on to the next story, can I just bring up something about Siege?
Yeah.
Sure.
God, so I know Rainbow Six Siege is good, but there is the most suspicious, like extremely suspicious, undisclosed product placement in the Rooster Teeth show Genlock, where a bunch of characters are casually talking about playing Siege, and it's so ham-fisted that I am pretty sure that I would not be surprised if it was supposed to be some kind of product placement for Rainbow Six. Because all the characters are like, are you playing Siege? I'm gonna play Siege tonight, and it was just so awkward to watch.
Ubisoft promotes their own games in their game, so I'm not surprised. Oh, you wanna play Division 2? Okay. And then you go to the arcade. Oh, look at that. What's the arcade? It's not Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. No. And then you go to one of the safe houses where the kids now have electricity. Now they can put console games. What are they playing? For Honor. In this
I'm glad
apocalypse,
someone's playing For Honor.
in this apocalypse
even
time,
in the crew,
Damn.
like, Division 2, it's very good. Why?
I'm just imagining this that Last of Us news is the Vita owner, the last Vita owner in the world.
He gets murdered viciously.
She's playing a Ubisoft game or something.
that lady was The Last of Us. The Last of the PS Vita owners.
Yeah, and what games does they have?
Sony killed Vita live on stream.
Yeah.
People say, oh, look at that. That's the Vita. Everyone remembers the Vita. No, that's Sony's statement of them killing the Vita, you born dumbasses.
Be even funnier if she was playing Persona 4 Golden on it.
Oh,
That's still the only way to get that game.
I think people figure out and they say it was Little Inferno or something. Little Inferno.
No, it's already Hotline Miami.
No,
Oh, yeah, Hotline
The
Miami.
soundtrack is Hotline Miami. That's
Yeah,
weird.
Devolver even
Oh my
tweeted
God.
about it.
Fair play. You can't respond in real life though.
Anyways, last news story is Warhammer 40k announced 9th edition. So essentially, it's just the core rules are changing. There was a bunch of problems. 8th edition was they tried to make it super like streamlined, but the problem was it became too streamlined and easily abusable. So 9th edition is trying to fix that. So some context here for how Warhammer makes money is they sell you the rules of the game in these books. So each edition has like the core rules for that edition. That's one book. And then you have the rules for your faction. So for 8th edition, they had these things called indexes, which was like, oh, all the humans have one index, all the aliens have one index, chaos has one index, whatever. And then later on down the line, they had these books called codexes that gave each individual faction more specific rules. So, for example, Tau Empire, you could only play as Tau Empire. And then in the codex, when the codex came out, they said, oh, you can say which planet your Tau Empire comes from. And now they have slightly different rules. So they also had like events, like the current event is called Psychic Awakening, where every month or so, a new Psychic Awakening book comes out with new rules for certain factions. So this, like the coming one is this race called Necrons, which are like space undead. Anyways, the huge problem is that usually with each edition, that gets reset. Like codexes become outdated and stuff. So people were like, dude, you're literally selling books right now and you've announced an edition. So fans are like, what the hell? Like, why are we gonna buy a book if it's going to become outdated in like 2 months or whatever, whenever 9th edition comes out? And so Games Workshop announced 9th edition will have backwards compatibility. You
At
can
least.
use your codexes from 8th edition. They will still be considered usable. Basically, that they're changing the core rules, but they're not changing the additional rules, is what they're saying.
Do I dare ask the price of
No
one of these
prices have been
codexes? How much?
the previous codex, I think they're like, I don't remember actually, but I think they're like 80 ringgit, 80 maybe. Let me just go to the Games Workshop store right now. Actually, that's a very good question. Let's go. Codex Tau Empire. £22.
Times 6. 100, yeah, 100 a bit. Give or take.
Yeah. It's messy, man. That's just the horrible state of Warhammer, is that you have way too many books to keep up with. And remember, Tau Empire is one of the more neglected factions. So we only have the Tau Empire book. Space Marines, you have Codex Space Marines, Codex Supplement Ultramarines, Codex Supplement Salamanders, and da 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 da. And if you're playing an Imperium of Man army, not just Space Marines, then you also have Adeptus Custodes, Adeptus Sororitas, Astra Militarum, which are like regular soldiers. Warhammer, man, that's how we do. That's why I said, man, I need some of that Raid Shadow Legends money so I can afford more Warhammer shit. And also that Saudi Prince guy. Need some of that Dota money as well. But yeah, there's a new they put out like a CG trailer, by the way, edition, which looks really, really fucking good. Like, it's got a more cartoony style than the Dawn of War trailers, but good God, they know like what atmosphere people like, and they have. I have changed the world because they show off new Space Marine models in the trailer. And remember my complaint about Primaris Space Marines being too tactical and not gothic enough. The new Space Marines are gothic as fuck. They're like covered in skulls and heraldry. One of them has a shield with a skeleton on it, like a full skeleton just hanging off the shield. And they look like Space Knights again, so I am happy. Anyways, that's the news section for this podcast. We have thumbnail discussions now, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's new. Warhammer Corner's done. You guys can wake up now.
We weren't sleeping.
Totally. Thumbnail discussions, guys. We have.
Bank money or something, I don't know.
Look,
Yeah,
Kiryu doing the gesture of opening a suitcase full of dollar yen, but it's Gaben.
Yeah, definitely.
Lord Gaben, Patriarch of the
No, no,
Steam
no.
family.
So put Gaben head on Dojima.
Oh my. And the great shadow legend behind.
No, Red. They don't give us money for that, no.
No
worth it.
rate.
Okay.
But we can put Will Simp for money.
Wilson for money if you give a shit. Helltaker? No.
Yes, we could definitely throw in some Helltaker. Originally, Daniel and I are supposed to make Daniel stream Helltaker before the podcast, so we could sit through it together. But that ended up not happening because we are masters of scheduling.
Sure.
Something about the duality of remasters, or just an allusion to the great dumpster fire waiting just outside.
Dumpster fire with shitty games. I like it.
The dumpster
Hell
fire
yeah.
of hell.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And something about the screw 4K. I feel like that was an important part of this podcast, is us not liking 4K. Is that a podcast?
Think so.
Yeah, social links. Tohka, where can people find you?
Twitter at Tohka_Aryani, Aryani, because people keep mistaking me for Ariana Grande for some reason lately.
You wish people would mistake you for Ariana Grande.
Yes. You know the funny thing is, my second name, right? They keep misunderstanding for three things. The singer, the coffee at Starbucks, and then the tudung shop. So
Oh.
yeah.
So they don't mistake you for
To
an
Giant.
artist.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, like, I thought maybe you get mistaken for a Nazi, or maybe it's not a,
It's
not a mistake.
No, I get that a lot also. But anyways, that's Twitter. As for Twitch, I need that SIP money to give for Gaben, so twitch.tv/Tohka_Aryani. Please, Great Shadow Legends sponsor. I need that SIP money, thank you.
Please, no more implication of race wars, thank you. I thought we agreed to use abstractized race names.
Don't blame me, blame the people who named me.
Daniel, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at ILRT_flaky FL4KY. I have a review coming out of Mafia 2 Remastered, and perhaps the Saints Row 3rd Remastered as well. So, bolehlah baca later on.
Anand?
Nope.
Okay, Meck.
You can find me at Meckronos, Meckronos, almost everywhere. Take a look at GameMatters.com.
OnlyFans.
That's true. Onlyfans.com/Mecronos.
Wait, since when do you have an OnlyFans?
Listen, man, something's gotta pay for the servers we run this potato over website on.
Skill check. Pass. I don't care about this joke. If you want to look at some new laptops, there are news over there at GameMatters.com. The season is coming soon. So if you are in the mood of an upgrade, well, I think these coming months are a good time to do so. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll cover more news. Apparently PS5 is a thing next week, so stay tuned for that as well.
It's ugly and big. That's what I'm gonna say.
You can find me on Twitter at Wamerol. I may or may not have to start launching a side account for my art because business reasons. So stay tuned for announcements on that. Patreon.com/Wamerol. Give me money because Warhammer is expensive. And we have, like Meck said, we have Totally Not E3 is coming up. So we are going to have our work cut out for us. New Guilty Gear character is going to be announced next week, I think. June 9th? I don't fucking know anymore, guys. But looking forward to that. We need more Guilty Gear news. This has been dia.log. And spend responsibly, guys.
No, spend haphazardly.
No, hashtag buy CR Nui for Smash 2020.
Skill check. Fail. No comment.
Yep, that's a podcast.